Tarun, let's just kick off first with the smartphones, the Flip and the Fold. In your opinion, how much of an upgrade were they from the predecessors? Are they enough to get people to want to go out and buy them?
Yes, I think these are like small upgrades, but some of them are meaningful. If you look at from the form factor point of view, foldables are evolving. Samsung in the 6th generation, the tweaks like the design of the phone, but there have been some changes they have done internally, like the vapor chamber has been expanded, which means you have more use cases like the gaming and everything. On top of it, the hinge is getting better. I think that's the place where you get a lot of R&D, and you need to get this right, because there has been a lot of like fold in and out, what a consumer do and on an average on the fold. The other thing, I think what they are currently doing in terms of the bumping of the camera capabilities and the flip side of things, normally if you look at a fold users, they are typically not that very young enthusiast of the devices. You have these users who are very productive, who are in their like 30 to 40s, right? So that's an average profile of the fold users. So they might not want the best of the specification out there, but a fold form factor is more meaningful from the productivity point of view. I think that's the sense what we are getting in terms of the not lot of experience, not lot of hardware features, but more of an experience point of view, which Samsung is currently trying to do here.
And Tarun, you were at Unpacked, and when we were around the venue, it was AI is here, and it was Galaxy AI, and on stage the executives all spoke about all these new flashy AI features as well. When you look at, again, from the consumer point of view here, is the AI features currently on the market enough to push an upgrade cycle at this point for users?
Yes, I think we are at the very early stage of that hype cycle still. The massification of the AI will start somewhere down the line in 2025. All the OEMs are getting ready for that. So we still have consumers warming up to the idea of AI and asking what's different in this device as compared to the device they're currently using. So I think what Samsung is trying to do is being future ready. So our future is definitely AI. So your phone will be more personalized to you rather than the other way around that we have been doing for all those years. So that is very, very important from that perspective. And these OEMs have an install base. So if you look at it, Samsung has a massive install base, and you mentioned about the premiumization trend is happening, which is very important for all these OEMs to basically upgrade their users to a more premium phone. And you can do that only by unlocking an experience, creating an experience within your own ecosystem. And for that, AI is very important in that strategy.
We have to talk about the Galaxy Ring, because it's a first of its kind product for Samsung. They've jumped into this category of smart rings as well. What are your expectations in terms of sales for Samsung? Is this going to be a big driver of revenue?
I think it's a great move in that sense, because we have seen in the wearables there have been a couple of roadblocks. For example, there are users who are saying, hey, I'm not going to take my watch to sleep and I just put it out. And there are a lot of people who have been actually drawing these devices after using like 1 year or 2 years. So this could be like, for a lot of these users, this could be like first time entering into the Galaxy ecosystem, get the ring, and now they will start using the watches maybe in that. It might work in the reverse way. So definitely an additional revenue opportunity for Samsung. So if you look at, they have created a new category in the past 4 or 5 years. Foldables one, they had an early start with the AI, and now with the ring, although it's not the first, but the design is good. Form factor is really cool, and for a lot of people it will be a really cool gadget to have to track their activity and wellness feature.
Samsung likes to talk about their Galaxy ecosystem of products as well. One of the things Samsung hasn't been great at is, unlike Apple, is monetizing services and software over the years. With these AI features, the new health application, and some of these new devices, does this unlock an opportunity at this point for Samsung to actually start to monetize some of these software that they're putting out as well as these AI features?
Right. Very well. So if you look at the services is going to be the key, and the reason why Samsung could not do as good as Apple, because you are on the other cam. It's basically an Android cam versus iOS, and there have been some studies where iOS users are paying like almost like 5 or 6 times more on the services as compared to the Android users. It's more on the profiling of the users, but the moment you start using these services, so we have seen that happening in the PC space. People have been using certain content creation apps, and they have started paying for it. They are saying, okay, I'm using a document which helps me to communicate things in a better way. I can basically pay for that. So I think the revenue model is going to be there, because there is a certain cost that is going to be added on the devices to integrate this AI unlocking hardware features, because it's going to be expensive. So if you have a service-led model, which means you are offsetting some cost on the devices and you are making it more sticky, because the moment I have a service model, the chances are there I'll remain in that ecosystem for a longer period of time, and I'm using more broad range of devices rather than sticking to just phones. So it could be a really good strategy for Samsung to basically align the entire ecosystem and enter into the service-led category going forward. So yeah, looking forward to that.